A ski trip I had a dream last night in the machine. Welcome to Aspen, Colorado, a beautiful place to relax and get in touch with yourself. Our story starts on April 3rd, 2018. I was supposed to be the best ski trip of my life, but now I'm running from the law. I haven't been skiing in 8 years, but I figured, what the hell? I'm going to get the old snowboard out, and me and my dad are going to hit the slopes. I'm 22 now, 230 pounds, 6'1", and I'm taller and heavier than I used to be. But I figured if I could still ride a skateboard behind a golf cart going 20 miles an hour, which I did last year, I'll be fine. So he got packed. I got my own snowboard out of the closet. It was a little short for me, but I said, screw it. Money doesn't grow on trees. I'm not buying a new board. My boots were a little small, but I shoved them into my feet anyway. We got packed and were on our way to Colorado full of glee. Everything was fine. We got to the hotel and got ready to hit the slopes. My dad was a little nervous. He said a couple of years ago he was afraid if he ever fell down skiing he would die. He's always been afraid of something since I was a little kid he might die from. I told him he was in a lot better shape than he was before, and he's fallen on a lot worse things like my old motorcycle. So I assured him he'd be fine. We got to the hotel, long story short, then hit the slopes. We got lift passes and we're ready. We went down our first hill, an intermediate hill, through the woods. I was snowboarding just as good as I used to. My dad was skiing pretty good too. Then my dad said, hold on, I gotta get something out of the car. You keep skiing. I said, okay. I thought to myself, I already took a video of me going down to Double Diamond. It's pretty sketchy, but I can do it. I like to film things I think are cool. I got my phone out and commenced to get on the lift, but then my boot shoelace got wrapped around the lift chair. I was so preoccupied with my phone that I forgot that my two small boots were untied. I was too late to tie them because instead of going on the lift, I was stuck on the lift. I tried to unwrap it from inside of the chair, took my boot off without a boot. I then took my boot off and got it off without a boot, and next thing I'm going to stop the slope and get my boot untangled. I put it on and was ready to film ski. I started going down the hill and I heard something fishy. The ski resort's Christmas lights were still up and it wasn't Christmas. I got to the bottom of the trail and there was this huge chunk of machinery that looked like a wood chipper to me. It was designed for skis only. It was designed to lift them up on a conveyor belt, take you on a little roller coaster ride. I didn't know this was for skis only because there was a sign that talked about it nowhere in the pamphlet. There wasn't a sign. I got into it with issues. A few minutes later, a lady who worked there said to me, this is for skis only, but only after that, for skis only, but she said that only after I got on there and had trouble. She stopped the machine and I got off. Then she was mad, yelling, and I said, what is that thing? I said, there was not a sign for skis only. She said, I understand your frustration, sir, but you have to leave. I said, wow. And my dad paid $70 to ski here. She said, well, come back next winter, we'll give you a free one-day pass. I said, lady, well, listen, we're from New Jersey. We're not going to be here next winter. That's not going to work. So then she said, I'll tell you what, sir. Follow me to the checkout area and I'll get you your next one-day pass. So I nodded and thought to myself, screw it, I'm going to keep skiing. I followed to the end of the trail, halfway to the checkout area, me on snowboard, me on skis. When she wasn't looking, I took a beeline for the train park. That was on the even lower of the mountain. The lower part of the mountain, I found it. It was near the road leading to a secluded lift parking lot where we parked on a separate slope different from the one I had gone down before. It was one of those weird mountain ski setups where you had to walk up steps in the ski lodge and ski down to the checkup area in the middle. Then you had to walk down more steps in the parking lot. So then I thought, screw it, I'm going to skiing this slicker, breaking the law, breaking out of the law. I got halfway to the train park, 4/4 on the way to the parking lot on the top of the mountain when I noticed another one of those pieces of machinery is blocking the trail. I thought, man, I know I couldn't put a snowboard in there because it's a ski-shaped conveyor belt. But I had no other option. I couldn't go back up the hill. The lady would be waiting for me. I was climbing that thing because it was slipping every 2 minutes. I couldn't go around because of the concrete structure holding it. So I thought, this is sketchy. I got my board caught. So my board was getting caught, so I took off one of my boots and walked with it. Then it got more intense. I saw it went up, went through a building, and I said, it must have that's not going to happen. So I climbed a part where I had to climb up the machinery, not knowing where I was going, the layout of the thing. I ended up near the engine, near a big sign that said no climbing. I got to the top and tried to figure out a way to get out. Then I slipped, fell down my 2 feet. I was 2 feet from the engine shine fans, and I got my jeans caught and ripped them near the calf. I got away from the fan and I noticed these machines were on every slope. So I yelled no. After that, I was doing the most dangerous things to stay alive on the machine. Jumping things, climbing things. I got to the end of the conveyor belt and thought, yes, I'm finally free. I'm done with this place. Then I got more feet and I would have been free. Then a skier ran into me going 5 miles an hour on the conveyor belt. He was pissed. He started yelling at me and saying, what the hell, you're not supposed to have a snowboard in here. I told him to shut up. Then he tried to attack me. We were on a tussle and I grabbed one of his ski poles and hit him in the head. He got knocked out and was laying on the ground. The machine caught him, pulling him up on his way out. I tried to reach him and I couldn't. I thought, this is bad. Then I heard the sound of someone being chipped up and a giant fan. So,
Jesus is the Lord. Go. Stay with him and you'll be free. Saying
with
this prayer to
snowboard,
you.
it's not made for that.
Make sure everyone's
Just
safe and alright.
Someone being chipped with
Is
a
that
giant
hot
fan.
top something?
Chased back on the road.
Salt through,
I was
yeah.
walking when I got to my dad and
we'll
he said, what's going on? I said, I was
so
in the car.
grateful to
Slow down. He
Lord.
said, slow down. What are you talking about? I saw
Keep us
the
free,
security guards running
healthy
behind
and
me.
safe.
I heard cop sirens. He said, we gotta go. I shouldn't have bought that joint from that homeless man. Never mind, Dad, it's Colorado. So we got in the car and sped away, never return to Colorado again. Told my dad what happened in the car, and he said, it's okay, son, they're not going to get us. We're on a mission from God. We're never going to this dump again.
Right.
They still have their Christmas
Jesus,
lights
the
on.
Lord of hope. It's going to make it all alright.
A father's love.
The truth.
Yes, my name is Ray Haysworth of the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigating Food. I'd say the meal was overall satisfactory. The chili was exquisitely well presumed, and the shrimp taco was prepared with an essence of finesse satisfactory to chili standards, my own personal standards on how food should be prepared. In the corners, my business partner Dan Leroy, we were hired by the end of the Chili's Corporation to examine its in-local standards. Yes, thank you. And as food critics, our meal has already been paid for. It's between you and me. I think it's going to be a good review. Yes, me and my business associate will be heading out now. Come along now, Dan. Thank you. Goodbye. Paragraph. Well, it was that time of year again. Time to take my boy out for his birthday dinner. My name is Brad Bose, and my son's name is Bradley Jr. The year is 2035. My boy just turned 18. And being that he was 18, he had the right to see me again if he chose. Nothing his mother could do about it. Let's do a little background on me. I grew up poor, without much, and always had to work for what I wanted. When my son's 18th birthday came along, I wanted to take him to his favorite, for fine food at his favorite place, Chili's. Now I realized to myself, I only got $10 to my name, but man, I'm going to take my son out for dinner today. So I picked him up from high school and decided to take him out for dinner. He got in my car and gave me a big hug and said, long time no see, Dad. It's good to see you. How's the job search going? Me, oh, no luck, but that's another story. Me, yeah, I got a surprise for you. What is it, Dad? Me, I'm taking you to Chili's. Well, thanks, Dad. Thought to myself, well, just a chip off the old block. He's appreciative just like me. Well, I thought I've done good as a father. So this takes us back to the beginning of the story. We sat down and had a good time. And I sent my spiel to the manager and got us a free meal. I already told my son about the plan he was on board, so everything went according to plan, but I had choices at home. Then my son asked me something I'll never forget. He said, Dad, how do you make it all these years through life? And I said, one day at a time, son, one day at a time. And he said, Dad, I'm really scared. I've been afraid people are after me. So it's just the illness that runs in our family playing tricks on you. Covered him by saying it happens to me all the time, you're not alone. When next thing you know, I passed on my sofa in my trailer and I woke up, my boy was gone. He left a note. Going to California with my buddies to pursue my music career. Tell Mom I'm dropping out of school. Just like that, my boy left me again. I was mad, I got angry. I tore the house apart, but it did no good. That was the last I saw him. Let's fast forward again 10 more years. I'm a raging alcoholic living in my trailer in Delaware. I wake up, I do my work routine, I smoke my cigarette, and think to myself, well, something I came up with listening to Led Zeppelin in high school. It was a philosophical question. Be honest about not being an honest person. My mind started racing, and I started thinking about my son's mother and how she left me, and I started thinking, I wish the best for my boy, whatever he's doing. I hope it makes him happy. And I thought about my old man who died 5 years ago, and the love and dedication he put in my life to make me the man I am today. And I said to myself, you know what? I think I did good as a father. And saying hit me about the honest person, and I didn't know up from down. I thought to myself, I've tried, but I'm a really good father. A month later, I got a call from my son with concert tickets that he got out of jail for Leonard Skinner, and he'd like to fly me out, watch me play, and he invited his mom to. A couple weeks later, I saw him play, and it wasn't me. Show was over, and he said, Dad, thank you for teaching me everything you know. On the road last week, somebody wanted me to do heroin with him, and I thought, you know what? My dad never listened to anybody, always did everything, and I told that guy no. The guy died a week later from a bad batch of it. When he asked me to do it with him the same day, I said, Dad, I just wanted to say, I think you saved my life, and I'm proud of you. You followed your dreams, and I said, I'm proud of you. You followed your dreams to the best you can. And he said, how would you like to go to Chili's, Dad? I'll pay. And as long as he gave me a big hug, and I was a proud father. Human may concern. We have come up with what we think is an interesting idea. That is to use gravity waves as an energy source in these associated spatial distortions. Pick them up like how LIGO does to determine the age of the universe and to determine the strength and how far away the gravity waves are coming from to produce either heat, electricity, or movement. We understand that anti-gravity can produce movement from things spinning in space, but it would stop eventually. It must have a lot of mass like Earth to be effective. We understand that if you compress something like metal with a heavy weight and you use the gravity to compress it, you can create heat, but only until it's fully compressed. And we understand that radio waves are similar to gravity waves, and that gravity waves may be able to be a tangible resource to make electricity and to find a material affected by gravity differently, because gravity can move through things. It's not stopped by solid objects, but something that could stop gravity and harness the power of it. That would also help produce anti-gravity on Earth. Anyway, give us a call back and tell us if you think this idea is good. And thank you for listening, NASA.
I've seen many things. Some go my way and some not. I don't know what to say. Tell me your secret. I'll tell you my life. Dreams are all I have. All I
And I said, invisible crime, I get mine. I did something I can't decline. Invisible crime. It wasn't me, but you took it all away. Yeah. And I got blamed. Invisible crime, I get by. Wasn't me, but I got blamed. Next time that happens, I'm gonna freak out. Yeah. We were sitting out under the stars so blue, and I don't know you very well, but I think you're pretty sweet, and I don't know what to tell you, but I do think we should fuck it all up and go to sleep. Had my Bob Marley jacket, I give it to you on a blue summer's day. I take it all away. Thank you. We were sitting out under the stars so blue, and I don't know you very well, but I think you're pretty sweet, and I don't know what to tell you, but I do think we should fuck it all up and go to sleep. Had my Bob Marley jacket, I give it to you on a blue summer's day. I take it all away. Thank you. We were sitting out under the stars so blue, and I don't know you very well, but I think you're pretty sweet, and I don't know what to tell you, but I do think we should fuck it all up and go to sleep. Had my Bob Marley jacket, I give it to you on a blue summer's day. I take it all away. Thank you. We were sitting out under the stars so blue, and I don't know you very well, but I think you're pretty sweet, and I don't know what to tell you, but I do think we should fuck it all up and go to sleep. Had my Bob Marley jacket, I give it to you on a blue summer's day. I take it all away. Thank you. We were